Hey y'all, it's been a little bit. So I feel compelled to do a energy clear for the US and maybe other parts of the world. So what we're gonna do is, if anybody would like to participate and join in on this with me, I am going to lead y'all through a little clearing. So I'm not trying to show my crutch off to everybody. All right, there you go. So first thing we need to do is ground. So we're going to take some deep breaths into the chest, and when we breathe out, we're going to root down into the earth, in the center of the earth. So ready, breathe in and root down. Let's do that a couple times. Breathe in and root down. Now we're going to connect in with source, God consciousness, and so then we're going to breathe into the heart and breathe out. And when we breathe out, we're going to root into the center of the universe. So ready, breathe in, breathe out. Connect in with source, connect in with the heart of the higher power that you follow, the source of all creation. Do that 2 more times. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and root in. All right, let's take 1 deep breath, feeling the combination of those connections in our chest. Ready? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're going to envision the world in front of us really clearly as we possibly can, right? So envisioning the earth. Now I want to focus on the American government and our systems. So let's envision America in front. Now my vision of it is it's all red and heated and there's like black spots in it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to find where our consciousness is at. So 700 is about where love is, right? In the scale of consciousness. And lower down on the spectrum, down in like 100 and 200 is like fear and guilt and things like that. So we're going to feel where we're at. So we're going to test into it. What is the current consciousness scale for the US located at? It's at 200. So we're going to clear that. So the intention is to take any and all distorted energy, and when you breathe in, you're breathing in that that energy life force, that prana. And when you breathe out, you're imagining that all of the stuff that's stuck and stagnant within that energy gets released. So let's breathe into the consciousness of the American country and its people. Ready? Breathe in that prana, and when you breathe out, you're dissipating any darkness, any constraints, any tangled things, any distortions to truth, okay? So breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in prana, life force. Breathing out. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. All right. So where is America's current scale of consciousness at? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. 500. Okay, so that's courage. Now let's move into love, so that as this stuff shifts, it'll start to move into love on its own. So feeling into whatever is possibly left in the scale of consciousness for our potential as America and as Americans to expand out of all of these lower states of consciousness and into love as a country. Okay, breathing in life force, breathing out, releasing into love. Breathing in and releasing into love. Now look again at the earth that you have in front of you in your mind's eye. And I see the red has shifted out and has transformed into this blue, green, turquoise color, which makes sense. The heart chakra, the love chakra, is green. So imagine now if you can survey the land and see any places where there's still disturbances in the collective field, right? And when I'm envisioning this, I was seeing some like little black, almost like pimples, you know, like splinters, pimples, buggies in the energy. And so I'm going to focus in on that. And I see the current US president in the center of one of these black pimples, and I'm going to pull him out. Okay, ready? So when we transmute energy, when we remove the thing, we have to transmute it and give it back to source, okay? So that it can be, the energy of the thing can be redistributed in the most appropriate and correct way. And so your intention is to give it to God, to transmute it into the most loving and useful and effective ways possible. So let's envision taking this person, you know, out of the hole. Let the space underneath where this person used to be completely transformed into green and filled with light, love, energy, okay? So then we're going to take this person, surround them in light, and allow any and all darkness associated with this physical incarnation and the ego of this human to be dissolved and disintegrated and turned into little bits of light that we're going to give back to source. Ready? And give it back to source. Okay. Now I'm going to look for anything else. Okay. So I'm seeing the one who stole Tesla's name. I see this person. And we're going to take this person on. And this person feels much more rooted in through the planet. Okay, so when I see this person, they're kind of more like a dark, dingy blue and green. And I'm going to pull them out. And with them comes all the roots that they've laid inside our planet. And go and pull it out like you're pulling out a weed that's stuck in sand, and the roots just pull out real smooth, okay? And then we're going to take this and we're going to transmute this one as well. Now this one's going to take a little bit more effort, because there's a purpose here for this person. It's different than the other one, so we're going to clear the purpose. I don't know what it is, it's not my business, but it's what I'm witnessing, okay? So we're going to clear the purpose so that the purpose can be fulfilled in the highest and best way possible for all of us, all right? So clear the purpose. I feel nauseous. Gross. I feel this right in the center of my solar plexus, okay? So I'm gonna like tap into my solar plexus for a second, put this on hold, leave it there, it'll stay. Okay, feel into my solar plexus and my power. Tapping into the truth of my soul and my soul's will and intention and the power that resides within me and my ability to activate and take part in this transmutation for the betterment of all of the collective. Okay. All right. Now transmuting this purpose, whatever that may be, it's not my business. We're going to take this person and also dissolve them up into space, into source. Ready? Give it back to source. Take this and blow it. Give it to source. Source can deal with it. Now let's imagine our country again. And we're going to imagine our country healing all the places where there's distortion, where there's shadow, where there's dishonesty, where there's places out of alignment and out of integrity. I'm going to bring that, allow yourself to witness the rolling, thunderous movement of this new love energy seeping into all the places where there is pain and all the places where there is darkness hidden, and bring that into light and into love. So here's the thing. When things are brought into the light, it's uncomfortable because we have to witness it. Okay, we have to see the truth of what's been hidden in the shadows. So as we do this, more bad things are probably going to come up as being discovered, found, and verified. The reason for this is to bring it to light so that it can heal. It's a good thing when things come forward. It sucks that it has to. But we're strong enough to hold space for that. So allowing that to fill up the space and seep out the love energy, seeping out over the oceans and going over the whole world. Now, I'd like us to look once at the Middle East and Russia, because these are big things in our world right now, okay? And I don't feel like I have the capacity to clear those right now because we have to let this process, but I'm going to start the process so that it moves faster when we come to it next time. So let's turn our planet around, turn our globe around, and see an image of the Middle East and of Russia. They're relatively close together, right? So we can probably see both of them. So what I'd like to do is I'd just like to hold both of these places in a compassionate knowing of the transition that's to come. Okay, so let's imagine them. Take a big deep breath into the heart. Imagine the heart space energy expanding out so wide that it holds the space and encompasses those places. Now let's take a step back and look at the whole globe. Now imagine that compassionate love energy encircling the entire globe. Now let's bring our awareness back away and then back into our self and down into our body. Ready? Breathe yourself back into your body. There's some dog milk in the way there. Okay, I love you. Bye.